Oh, sorry, jeez. Great start to the screen there. Lovely.
What's
there we go.
They can't see me. They don't need to see me. It's your channel.
I did get rid of that.
You can crop it.
There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Apologies about that. Lovely start to the stream this Saturday. Hope we're all keeping well. We've got a great guest in here with FPL Focal, Oscar. I'll give it over to you. How are you keeping?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm a little bit ropey this morning.
You can see from that intro we're a bit jiggly this morning, but all good.
Yeah, we went out last night. I'm in Ireland, obviously, for the FPL meetup today, but yeah, we thought we can't come all the way and not go out last night. So yeah, we went to a few pubs last night. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit this morning, but my wildcard's active, so that's exciting. A couple of final decisions to make, but I've pressed the button. It was after a few Heinekens, I'll be honest, yeah, it's active, and so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Oscar didn't listen to me at all. We were looking at his team in the pub. I told him not to wildcard, and then I just woke up this morning. First tweet I see, and he's put the wildcard active. But yeah, we'll get into Oscar's team in a couple of minutes. So as you can see on my team there, I've made no moves, and then unfortunately then with everything going on with the Irish meetup, I thought it was fine for my transfers this week. In the pub with Oscar last night, and I was 0.1 off of doing.
He was fuming, guys. He was fuming. So we were looking at our teams at a pub last night, and he had it all like the master plan. It was was it Chilwell to Trippier?
Chilwell to Trippier, and then Saka to Son.
Saka to Son, and then he put it in, and he was 0.1 mil off. So yeah, priced out of that. Do you know what you're gonna do yet?
I think Saka. The news at Saka there yesterday is kind of leaning me towards keeping him, but I know in the next kind of hour or so, I think I'll be bringing in Son. As I told you last night, of the captaincy video film for next week, so that's kind of leaning me towards bringing in Son. But it's just annoying not being able to get in Trippier. But I think it's before the deadline of the alarm set before we started. So I think it's going to be Saka to Son, and then Chilwell to Trippier, and then Estepinian is going to move to the bench there.
So do you know when you're going to wildcard then?
Yeah, GAMEWEEK 8, GAMEWEEK 9. Just a quick look at the fixtures there on stream. Obviously the international break there is GAMEWEEK 8 going into GAMEWEEK 9. I want those Liverpool assets. I want United to have a decent run as well. Salah, I'm going to have to rip up my team pretty much to get Salah. So is that where the wild card probably is? Yeah. So
that's it though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like your team looks good. It's just whether it's worth wildcarding basically for Salah for that fixture run.
Yeah. For now, anyway, I'm happy enough with the team. Just I know there is, as ever can see, there's a few yellow flags. Maddison should be fine. Botman should be fine there. It's just Saka. Do you think he'll start off your own head? I know we were chatting about it last night, but
yeah, it's hard to say. Like it's 50-50. Was that Andy said he trained yesterday?
Yeah.
I mean, that's promising if he's trained. I would say that points towards him starting because Arteta tends to just play him whenever he can. So yeah, he probably does start, but yeah, we don't know the extent of the injury. That's the problem.
Yeah,
we might get a leak during this stream, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as I said, have the alarm set for about 20 minutes before the deadline, just to remind myself to make me transfers because we don't want that. We don't want to ruin the meetup today. But talk us through your wildcard there, so Oscar.
Yeah, okay, so I'll read out the team. Yeah. I should have sent you a screenshot before we went live, but
we're very organised this morning.
Yeah, it's been. Like I said, I'm ropey this morning. I'm all over the place. These Irish, they tell you what. So I've got Areola Turner in goal. My defence is Botman, Byrne, Kabore, Cash, and Pedro Porro. So I decided, I did have a Dogie, but I had a look at the underlying numbers, and Pedro Porro's been.
Do you want to actually tweet that under the stream? I'm sure I'll get it up on stream then, so everyone can have a look at it. Sure.
Yeah, should I DM you it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at the underlying stats, and Porro's taken like 8 shots. Udogie's taken 1 this season, so it's a little bit of a punt. But I want a differential or 2 on the wild card, so that's why I've gone for Porro over Udogie. I'll just send you it so you got it for the stream.
No bother. What's going on in the chat while you're sending that in?
Yeah, shout out to everyone in chat. Who we got? FPL Diamond, Tonus, Flandy, Yelena, Papa Het, Ben Phillips,
good man, Thomas.
Michael O'Connor.
He'll be coming to the meetup later on. Thomas, good man.
Nice.
If anyone is about Ireland as well, and if you're about Galway, call in. We do have a nice crowd coming. I've got DMs saying that they're coming, but I've said on Oscar it's like organising a 21st birthday party today now. People are saying you're coming and you're just waiting for who's going to show up. But yeah, the nerves haven't set in. I think when we walk in, that's when I'll be a bit more relaxed. But right, here's Oscar's team. We'll get it up on stream, so and hopefully you can see that. Yeah, sorry Oscar, back to you there. So chat us through.
Can I see it? Can I see that?
Yeah, I think this is like 10 seconds.
Oh, it's delayed.
Yeah.
So Areola Turner, Botman, Byrne, Kabore, Cash, Porro. There's 2 spots that are still a bit up in the air, so you have to let me know in chat what you think. Midfield, I've got Diaby, Gordon, Maddison, Son, Salah. Front 3 is Haaland, Watkins, and Archer. So the 2 spots that I think I've still got to decide on is Watkins and Diaby. I could go for Alvarez and Bowen, or Alvarez and Diaby. Something like that. That obviously gives me more money in the bank as well, because that leaves the door open for selling Maddison for Saka in a few weeks when Arsenal got Sheffield United at home. Because I do want to bring Saka back in, basically. So that's the wildcard. Let me know in chat. What do you think of the team? Is it good? Is it worth a wildcard? Is it a green arrow, red arrow?
We'll be hoping for just today now, because I think looking at my team last night, I think I have 10 players playing today. Throughout the meeting.
10?
I think it's 10, yeah. And then just in Wemo then tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's either going to be celebratory shots after the 5:30 game, or we could be a wee bit depressed. But no, looking at your team there, yeah, I like your triple ups are on Villa, and they obviously have a nice run from as a game week 8 onwards. They have a nice run of fixtures. Son, then we'll get into the captaincy debate. Then next week you have triple Spurs there. I like the Poro shout, to be fair. No Udigi.
No, Dogi. I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a differential, Pedro Porro, but yeah, his underlying numbers are better. Like I said, he's taken 8 shots. Dogi's taken 1 this season, so I fancy him as a more attacking player. Yeah, I have to have one of the 2 for game week 8 onwards.
Yeah.
Was it Chaz in the chat said, "Are we hanging this morning, lads?"
No. To be fair, we only had 3 or 4 points last night.
He's 5 years younger than me, though. Yeah. Like if I have 3 pints, I'm feeling it the next morning.
We were in a bar at the end of Shop Street last night, and then I could just see Oscar looking at the watch. Then no.
I was thinking like, I've got to sort my wild card out.
Very jet lagged after the hour flight.
Yeah, it's a long flight from London Luton.
Yeah. Then looking at game week 8, then you've either Son or Haaland. Then quick thoughts about captaincy. Then obviously Son has the early kick-off against Luton, and then you're going to that game as well, the Haaland game. So do you want a captain?
Oh God, yeah. Let me know in chat if so. I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm going to the Arsenal v Man City game next weekend. Do you put the bias aside in FPL and captain someone against your own team, or would you like swerve that completely? What would you do if you were me and you thought Haaland's the best captain?
Yeah, I would captain him, because it's a win-win situation there. Like last year, it was 2 years ago when Liverpool bet United, I think it was at 7-0 in Old Trafford. I had Salah captain, but my friends in the group chat just couldn't get over why I captained Salah against Man United.
Yeah.
But then me trying to explain to them, I create content, I'm a content creator, I have to captain the best player, and United were very bad.
It feels dirty points.
It does,
but
yeah.
It's a good point though, like maybe I'll go for Son against Luton. I think it's actually quite close, that one.
Would you say now if Son blanks in the early kick-off, will that kind of ruin the game for you?
Oh.
That's another thing you need to think about then as well.
It could be a brutal weekend. If I captain Son, he blanks against Luton, and then I'm at the Arsenal game without Haaland captain.
4:30 is it that game on Sunday? It's the last kick-off, is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Let us know, chat. Yeah, I that's why my plans on this week are bringing in Son, because I want to captain him next week. Just that Luton game, obviously Spurs are flying on the attacking front. And I will then I'll be the same as you. I'll have Udigi over Poro, and then I'll have a triple Spurs for the Luton game. So yeah, it's just gradually getting through the week then where you just get into your head, I'm not captaining Haaland, and then it's the right week. I was looking at the fixtures starting off the season. You just have to be careful when you're going against Haaland, and I think that's a calculated risk next week.
Yeah.
I think the FPL community will pretty much agree on that. Yeah.
But also, like beyond that, when Liverpool's fixtures turn, you can make a case for captaining Salah, game week 9 to game week 12 every week. So yeah, Salah was like the first name in the wild card. I actually think some people might even go without Haaland if they wildcard next week. It's very risky, but looking at the fixtures, you could make the case for going no Haaland.
Just looking at Salah's Liverpool's fixtures, from 9 to game week 12 there. Yeah, he's pretty much a captain shout every week.
Like game week 8, Man City versus Arsenal, Salah's got Brighton. Game week 9, he's home to Everton. Game week 10, home to Forest. So yeah, I might end up deviating from perma captain Haaland over that run.
I think my own Instagram followers and the small minority on TikTok will like to see me get away from Haaland, because every captaincy video I've filmed so far this year at a pitch has always been Haaland, and there's just a few comments saying to change it up, but yeah, you can't. Do you remember meeting that lad who was drunk on Shop Street last night, and he didn't captain Haaland and ruined
this is crazy. He got recognised last night. We were like just walking through the town, and this guy was absolutely hammered, and he came over and he started talking about Haaland. What did he say? He was like, I went against Haaland this season when he got a hat-trick and 2 assists. I was thinking that didn't even happen. That was last season. Yeah.
No, the Fulham game, did you get 3 and 2? Yeah, you got some haul against Fulham anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, he learned the hard way anyway. But yeah, he was going through his all analysis for every game. He was just, I was saying he was like Jose Mourinho going through his team for us in front. Fair play to him. He was very drunk, but he was able to spiel his words anyway. But
some questions in chat.
We'll go to the chat. Sure, yeah. We've enough talked, I think. For now, we'll go to the chat. Who have we? Shout out Gamal Ryan in the chat. Thomas, yeah. So the beauty of the Irish meetup, Haaland blanked last year for the Brentford
9 out of
game.
9 blanks at last year's meetup.
Yeah.
If that happens today, oh god.
Yeah, I'll be getting a picture of Oscar the Press in front of a pint or something in a corner if that happens today. But yeah,
oh man,
9 out of 9 blanks for Thomas there in the chat. So hopefully this year is a lot better. Oscar, on the black stuff, you weren't on the Guinness last night.
No, I wasn't actually. No, we were having Heinekens.
Yeah. To be fair, now in the last pub they gave us in a Coors glass, so not the best treatment, but it just reminds me of a pub in London that time. Okay, right, so we'll start off here. So Salas Tommy is asking to start Saka or Maddison.
Ooh, well, that's a good one. That
yeah.
So Maddison was flagged, but I think he's not now, is he?
No.
So he's fine. So he'll start. So yeah, that's close. What do you think?
I'd nearly say try and start both if you can.
Oh yeah, ideally.
Yeah. Out of the two, if you just have to pick two, Salas, Maddison, because he's guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, but he should. He's a better chance of starting over Saka.
I think I'd say Maddison as well.
Yeah, try and start the two Salas if you can, but if not, go with Maddison. Just looking at your team there, someone's asked about Gordon as well. Obviously, Barnes is apparently out for the rest of the year. Something with his toe or something, or his foot. Gordon is a nice pick. I had a lad DM me last week on Instagram giving out because Gordon was benched, and then 20 minutes later he had a haul. So yeah, what's your thinking on Gordon? Obviously,
yeah, exactly that. Yeah, Barnes is out for a while. Yeah. He's only 5.6 mil. His underlying numbers are good. So yeah, he should be pretty nailed. There is still a chance, like Isak starts a game left wing, but I don't think it'll happen because they've got Champions League to juggle. I think they've got PSG next week.
Yeah.
So I think Gordon's good for 5.6 mil. I think he's probably one of the best value players right now, to be honest. So that's why he's in. And obviously they've got Burnley home this week, so that's a nice fixture.
Yeah.
He's a lock in on the wild card. It's just those last two spots really. They've got West Ham after that, Palace, Wolves, Arsenal, Bournemouth. Good run of games. I don't know if I'll hold him beyond game week 11-12, but yeah, I think he's a good enabler.
I'm just gonna get a poll going. So Oscar, for your dilemma, is it Bowen and?
So it was Bowen.
You should.
I've just got a message from Az. Hang on. He says Az is on the wild card as well, and he says I feel sick having sold Foden, Rashford, and Saka.
Yeah, I think the Palace game for United is there for the taking for us today. A lot of players. Well, I was going to say a lot of players back from injury, but then we've a new list of injuries there. Yeah.
So it's Bowen and Watkins.
Okay, sorry, yeah, Bowen and
or
Watkins.
Alvarez and Diaby. Interested to know what chat thinks on that one.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning the Alvarez and Diaby combo has about 1 mil in the bank as well. So Bowen and Watkins or Alvarez and Diaby. Let me know what you guys think.
All right, we'll see what the chat thinks there. Yeah, just bringing up those Newcastle fixtures there on the right. Very, very nice. Up until 12 anyway, just Arsenal is the kind of only main issue. That's why you're doubling up on Newcastle defence, aren't you, anyway?
Yeah,
so that's why I really want to get them in, because by the way things are going, one Newcastle defender, and if they get a clean sheet, you'll be losing rank at this stage by how it looks. Right, Alvarez Diaby is winning that free Oscar at the moment.
So last night someone sent me the Newcastle 11. Should we tell chat?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to know the Newcastle lineup that I've been told? Basically, there's not any surprises, but the Newcastle lineup should be Pope, Trippier, Cher, Botman and Byrne, Longstaff, Bruno G, Anderson, Almiron, Wilson and Gordon. So, yeah, Botman starts, Byrne starts, Trippier, they all start basically. So that should be the Newcastle lineup.
No, Tonali is only big omission, but it's not really, doesn't really matter for FPL.
I've got him on draft actually.
Have you?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that before the deadline. He'll have to just stay in.
There was like a content creator draft league, and I just did it for the first game week and haven't looked at it since. And I think going into last night, I think there was 6 or 7 flags on it, so I don't want to go near that draft thing, to be honest. I'm just going to stick to my normal fantasy. I don't want to go near that.
Yeah.
Right, a few more questions. So, yeah, Thomas there, any United players?
None on the Wildcard, no. But yeah, obviously they've got nice fixtures in a couple of weeks. Like, I think they got Sheffield United away. So, yeah, the problem with the Wildcard is Man United have got Sheffield United, and then the next week Arsenal have got Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get that coverage. I might have to just hope for the best with no Man United and then get Saka instead.
How do you think we'll do today against Palace? I'm on the United double up, so I'm really hoping for at least a return each from
I think you win that.
Yeah.
I think you do win that. And again, I am a bit worried going no Rashford, no Bruno, because I think you should win that one. You beat them in the League Cup midweek.
Yeah.
You got a few players back from injury. I heard Amrabat played really well.
He
might be in left back. Is he
kinda,
left back?
Yeah, he was playing in like an inverted role, and then he moved into centre defensive. But he looked good. And did you see the quote? He even told Ten Hag he'd playing goals if he had to. So he's a man of the shirt, anyway, definitely. Right. What else we hear? I saw Eze or Bowen. Who does Eze have? Oh, they have Man United, but
I think Bowen.
Yeah.
This is at the back of my head. Like, Bowen's got Sheffield United home. Him paired with Watkins is more explosive, but it leaves me with nothing in the bank.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering if, although it's probably lower ceiling, maybe Alvarez and Diaby's better, because I know I've got money to go Maddison to Saka in a few weeks. I don't know. Not sure.
Would Gordon and Trippier or Diaby and Byrne? We were talking about the nice Villa fixtures. Onat's just asking there. I'd lean towards that Gordon and Trippier, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
as
agreed.
you were saying, Barnes is out for a while. Gordon should be fairly safe for a few starts. I like Diaby as well. Villa do have a nice run of fixtures. Possible in Buemo replacement come, I think it's game week 9 or after game week 9. It's a tough run of fixtures there for Brentford, Chelsea, West Ham, Liverpool, Arsenal. So the Diaby could come into the team then for me. But that's as we seen leaving last night, the amount of planning you can do ahead for the next couple of weeks, and then it doesn't matter after a couple of days. So we'll worry about that then. Michael Farrell there. Yeah, should he bring in Son this week or for Rashi? I'm gonna say no, but Oscar.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, not this week. I think Rashford and Bruno absolute holds right now. You could sell them next week when Tottenham got Luton, but not this week. United
have who up next? Is it Brentford? Yeah, Brentford in game week 8. At home as well for United. That could possibly see a few returns. Brentford have been pretty poor the last couple of weeks, especially that Everton game last week. I'd definitely keep the United lads this week. I do fancy Son tonight. That's why I'm tempted, even with the potential start for Saka. I just know then come 3 o'clock or come 2 o'clock Oscar today, we're in the pub and I see that Arsenal lineup, and if Saka's in the starting 11, could be a long 2 hours before the 5:30 game. But
we should run a poll on that, see what chat thinks.
Just Saka or Son, is it? Or do we think he'll start?
Yeah. So what did they say to that one? Alvarez, Diaby, 60%. Oh.
Did you say the other one on Twitter then? Did Bowen and Watkins?
Yeah, it's interestingly that's different to what I polled it on Twitter as well. Yeah, On Twitter, it was 53% in favour of Alvarez Diaby. So closer on Twitter.
Yeah.
Chat 60% Alvarez Diaby,
Okay.
40% Bowen Watkins. Yeah, I'm not sure. I really should have thought of this before we went live. I still don't know which
we've
one
an
I'm
hour.
going
We've
with.
an hour and 6 minutes. We're okay. No stress anyway. Me, I think I would say the Alvarez and Diaby, just because you have an extra City attacker there who looks pretty nailed on as well.
Yeah.
Diaby, Watkins, one goal. Fair enough. He got a few assists to start off the season. Diaby has more haul potential, is what I'd say, compared to Watkins.
Yeah.
Long or short term, probably Bowen and Watkins. I think long term, Alvarez and Diaby. Bowen has a nice fixture this week, obviously against Sheffield, so he could. Or is it Luton? Is it Luton or Sheffield? West Ham have. Yeah, Sheffield. Sorry. Yeah, so nice fixture for Bowen this week. Short term, emphasise the short term. Bowen and Watkins. I think longer term then Alvarez and Diaby. Yeah. Right, we'll end that one. So and we'll see. Do chat thinks Saka's going to start? Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be interested to know what chat thinks on that one. Hopefully we get a leak before the deadline. I'll keep an eye on my phone. So yeah, you're going to wait now. If Saka doesn't start, then you're going to sell him for Son.
For Son, yeah. Even If we get concrete news he's starting, I'm going to keep him. But yeah, that's gone up there. If it's as we were talking last night, 50-50 isn't. It's all right odds, but I don't know. I think if we don't get concrete information, I think Son is going to come in. Kind of bad as well. I'm thinking about that late kickoff for the meetup as well today. Just have two players in it, Maddison and Son as well. And I do fancy Spurs on the counter against Liverpool as well. The Spurs manager did say Maddison and Son were okay. They do have a kind of last minute checks, but I don't think he's going to bench his two best players against Liverpool. 50-50 at the moment, so Saka on 50. Yeah,
literally
50-50. Just as you were saying, yeah.
Oh dear.
A few more. Abdullah is asking what's the price for a money league. It's a Premier League jersey of your choice for next season if you do want to enter.
Oh, that's cool.
Into the league. Yeah, I got lucky enough. The first 2 years, the two winners have been from Ireland. So I haven't had to pay bad postage. That lad we were chatting about, Ian Quinner, shout out FPL Quinner, he finished 14th overall 2 years ago. Then there was a lad from up the north in Ireland. So save money on postage. I'm just waiting for it to be in Malaysia or India or something. But I'm gonna get hounded there. But yeah, no, I got lucky with the deliveries. But
how can they join your league then? Is that in the description?
Just on the screen there, the prize league code there is.
Yeah.
So if you want to join, fire away. It's been from game week 1 anyway. So if you do join, your score will count from then. FPL Diamond, 239 people watching, only 41 likes. If you are watching the stream, lads and ladies, do please give it a like. And if you aren't subscribed, do hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5k subs, and with your help then we can get there. Big shout out to Oscar as well for joining me. Absolutely didn't need to.
Big shout out to you, mate.
No,
picked me up from the airport last night, and it was an hour drive from the airport. He's been taking care of me. Yeah. So appreciate that as well.
It's gas. Like myself and Oscar met at the charity game in May, and then just like it felt like a 10-minute drive coming back from the airport. Just the chat was flowing. We were chatting about absolutely everything. We won't get into what we were chatting last night in the pub, but it got on a deeper level then. But
oh god, yeah, it did.
we won't chat about that. Okay, a few more questions. Pretty close, 56-44 on Saka starting. Should I do Gusto and Saka to Trippier, Maddison or Botman Son for -4, or just Gusto to Trippier? Ooh. Me personally, while Oscar's checking any news there, I'd go Trippier, Maddison, Gusto and Saka to Trippier, Maddison, Botman Son. I think you need to have at least one Spurs lads anyway, especially with the Luton fixture next week. I think the -4 doesn't sound too bad. Stick with us for the next 40 or 50 minutes, so hopefully we do get some news. And if Saka's, as we were saying, if there's still a question mark around Saka, I think I am going to take him out. The Arsenal game I was telling you is a 3 o'clock game for the meetup, and it could be pretty abysmal now. So we're just waiting for Saka to come on. He comes on in the 80th minute for a 1-pointer.
Oh god, yeah.
That's another thing we need to think about as well.
It's possible.
Going back to Oscar's team here, so you've no one in the early kickoff.
Yeah, I've sent you the updated draft.
Okay,
now.
Perfect, right. let's see, Oscars. So just for everyone on chat, then this is Oscar's updated thing. You've brought in Alvarez and Diaby. Is that what you did, or what did you change there?
Yeah. So yeah, I already had Alvarez. I didn't want to sell him last night in case I ended up keeping him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that leaves me with 1.4 mil.
Nice. Okay.
I do think Watkins and Bowen's more explosive, higher ceiling, but it leaves me with nothing in the bank. Whereas this draft's got 1.4 mil. So I'm thinking, in the future, how am I going to get back to Saka or Rashford?
Yeah.
And it'd be very tricky in the other draft. So I think this will be the final team, and obviously I can easily go Maddison to Saka in one move if I go for that.
Why burn over Share now? I know I was chatting to you last night. I was contemplating. So I'll show you my moves quickly. What I was hoping to do. Very annoyingly, I'm 0.1 of a million off this, but so it would have been Trippier. Obviously, Trippier has rose again last night, and then so I think I'm 0.2 off it now. But last night I'm 0.2 off this. But last night I was 0.1 off it.
I reckon if hell is real, everyone in hell is 0.1 mil short of the transfers they want to make.
Yeah, I was so confident telling Oscar my moves last night in the pub, and then on my phone.
He was so upset. You guys should have seen it. He had the master plan. He was like, I'm going to probably take a -4 with Trippier and Son.
Yeah.
I was like, that's good. Yeah, that makes sense. And then he realised, and he was like,
horrible there. So it was 0.1 last night, and now it's 0.2. So yeah, I'm looking at Share. Why you going burn just to save a bit of money?
Yeah, just to save money. Like Share's not really put up the same numbers so far this season. I know it's only like 6 game weeks, so it's too early to say. But I think for 0.5 mil, I think it makes sense to just get burn really, unless you've got loads of money lying around. Like that could come in handy. That extra 0.5 mil. Or 0.6 mil, so Share's gone up as well.
He went up, He went up again last night, So 0.6 is a lot of money to be saving there. I don't know. There was something calling me to Share last night, but that being said, as you said, we know Burn is starting, so maybe I do try and save the money. It's going to be very, very funny if one of those score today. They're 3 o'clock as well, aren't they?
But you've still got your wild card, so you can afford to go for Share.
I suppose
for like a couple
you're
of
right.
Weeks if you decide to go that way.
True. Yeah. We'll worry about that in 40 or 50 minutes or so. So going back to Oscar's team. Chat us through Areola. He's nailed any West Ham how are West Ham's fixtures? Obviously the Sheffield this weekend. Are they okay?
Yeah, they're alright, and he actually rotates pretty well. I love how he's using Mubama to check. Mubama, man.
Yeah, we were saying
what
that
the hell?
as well.
Like he smashed it in pre-season. It looked like he was going to get some minutes. In the end, nothing. I don't think he's played a single minute, and he's gone down 0.2. Really annoying, that one. And Archer's been in the end the right pick. He's got Sheffield United this week. Game week 8, I think Turner's got the better fixture, so they rotate quite well. But I mean, you look at West Ham's fixtures. They're pretty good for the foreseeable. Yeah. So I think it's just game week 8 and 9 that Turner needs to play. I think he does keep his spot. So that's why I've got him. It's a cheap 8.2 mil keeper combo, and then you pretty much start Areola permanently from game week 10.
And the kind of beauty about Areola then as well, if he does concede, he racks up them save points as well. So even over the last couple of weeks, he's got 4 or 5 pointers even after conceding. We'll just a quick look at Areola here. And for his cheapest chips as well.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Against Brighton he got 5. City he got 4. Fair enough. Against Liverpool and Luton he got 2. So he does rack up the saves. So you're kind of always kind of guaranteed at least kind of 1 save point if it's a tough opposition he's up against. Right, back to the chat. So 58 to 42 on Saka. Nearly 250 votes.
Ooh.
Some going. FPL Cam, that was my potential moves anyway this week. But as we said, I was 0.1 off it. Annoyingly. And Trippier's going to haul today after that, isn't he? Oscar,
yeah. And that's the other reason I wildcarded, by the way. So I was on a -4 already. And I just thought, I've been playing quite passive this season. I feel like I may as well wildcard, be a bit more aggressive, try and get ahead of the curve with a few picks. Because everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's looking to wildcard game week 9, 10. Not everyone, but it's what a lot of people are planning to do. So I thought, let's just get a few weeks ahead of it.
I'm just laughing at who was that comment? Sassel, how drunk are you guys? We're drinking tea, and we didn't have many drinks.
We were
at all
very last night.
Yeah. I think we just had the early start. You said you're up at 7, and I was up around 7:30 then as
Oh,
well.
I've only had a few hours sleep.
Yeah. So I think it's tiredness. It's not from alcoholic beverages. So maybe tonight that's going to be the story, but definitely not this morning. We had manners last night. We were saying right, we'll call it.
We were sensible last night. Yeah.
Right. Sanchez. Yeah, Sanchez. There's Turner to start. Turner is up against who are Forest playing? Brentford at home. No, Sanchez away to Fulham. I'd personally start Sanchez.
Yeah, I agree. Chelsea actually defensively have been good. It's just the other end of the pitch where they've struggled. So yeah, I think Sanchez in that one.
So you just Rob there. He's going to be later today. He's going to be there later today. So good man, Rob. He's asking about Pickford. You did have Pickford in your team. You were pretty confident last night when you had him. You were saying no, he's got Luton. He's fine.
Yeah.
But Rob's asking there, Pickford or Onana.
I'd go Pickford between those two.
And you're kind of tempting him into a wild card there. What he's saying.
Is he?
Yeah, he's goes
considering it.
That kind of dilemma makes me want to follow Oscar in wildcard. Fair enough. Rob, if you have an hour, you've 55 minutes any ahead of the deadline if you do want a wildcard. But yeah, you've a wee bit of too much money there in Pickford or Onana, especially in goals. Pickford's what 4? He didn't drop any. He's around 4.5. And Onana is 4.9.
I think Pickford's dropped as well, just
to
make everything worse.
Great,
yeah,
lovely.
No clean sheets. He'll keep one this week probably.
Right, what have we? Tripper in for a -4. Would have to bench Bayer or Tarkowski. That's a tough one. Bayer obviously has a double game week.
Yeah, I'll start Bayer.
Yeah, even Tarkowski's a decent shout there against Luton. Yeah, I don't think it's worth the -4 this week. Looking at my team here quickly, if I do, I think I will anyway. What's going on here? Are we alright? Have to log in, so lovely.
I just asked if Saka starts and was told not sure, nothing from someone who gets Arsenal news. So yeah, if anyone says anything on Saka, I'll let you know. But they've not heard anything.
He's not sure yet. No, he said no.
He's not sure.
Okay.
He asked someone last night who would normally tell him, but didn't hear back. But yeah, there's still a chance we know before the deadline, so that would be big. Like, what's Saka's ownership now?
He was around. Yeah, we'll have a look, sure, instead of me guessing. Yeah, so he's very, very high on.
So this 60. Is it. Like, if there's a league that he's benched, that's a massive opportunity.
Yeah.
You sell him for Son, Maddison, someone like that. Maybe even Rashford.
The badness or the downside, if we do get a leak, then you're stressing about a wild card if the website goes down.
Yeah,
that's another thing we need to consider then as well.
Yeah, I need to make sure I get my moves done.
Yeah, have the team ready. Yeah. I've the alarm set as I was saying. Yeah, so my team there, Estepinian, if I do get Share or Burn in, something has drawn me to Share, to be honest. I know he loves the yellow card as well, but Burn did score last week, but I think I fancy Share. I don't know what's bringing me to Share, but if I do bring in Share for Chilwell, Estepinian will go onto the bench. I think Villa will get one. So if you are starting Estepinian, you're kind of relying on an Estepinian attack and return to get something. Pity now we don't have anything for the early kickoff, but at least we can relax when we get in there, get a bit of food, and enjoy the 12:30 game with no players in that game. So I'll be looking at Chilwell to Newcastle defender. And then depending on the Saka news, I think Son is my prime target to bring in this week. At the alarm set, as I was saying, hopefully we do get some news. Bowen or Gordon on a wild card. You've the two, have you? No, you've only one. Yeah, so Bowen.
Yeah, I did have Bowen, but he's left for Diaby now. Oh no, that's difficult on the wild card, because I do think Bowen. He's actually top among all mids for non-penalty XG. So, yeah, I think Bowen's really under the radar. Really good pick. And obviously, Sheffield United home. They're not going to lose 8-0 again, but, yeah, Bowen's a good pick. But there's a big price difference between the two. It's like 1.5 mil you're talking there. So, depends what you can do with that 1.5 mil. I'd say Gordon, if you can make good use of that 1.5 mil. Otherwise, Bowen.
Yeah, if you don't have him, What do you think about Mbeumo? Obviously, he was essential to start the season. He's kind of drifted off now. He's playing the kind of wing back role. Someone's asking there, Mbeumo versus Gordon on wildcard. You're obviously going towards Gordon. Did you consider keeping Mbeumo or just
Yeah,
fixtures?
I did consider it. Yeah, it is close. Yeah, I mean Gordon's a fair bit cheaper. Yeah, I'm tight for money. I mean I've taken so many prize falls this season. Like Gabriel's been brutal. That was 0.2. Pickford's dropped. Rashford, Bruno dropped. Someone else I'm forgetting, but yeah. So I'm tight for cash in my wildcards. So that's in my thinking as well. That's why I went Gordon.
Someone saying in the chat, Adam, get him on the Beamish. We won't definitely not get you on the Beamish.
What's that?
It's kind of like a stout. It's you'd kind of compare it to Guinness, but you can't have Guinness and Beamish on the same rankings. But that's the kind of drink it is. Yeah, Bell or Caldwell. Bell obviously has his double game week. Everton are favourites for a clean sheet this weekend, which is pretty surprising. Fair enough, it's in Goodison and Luton are pretty poor. If you had Morris, Oscar, would you captain him?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
not for me. I mean, I get it. Like he's got a double game week, but I think his only goals this season have been penalties. So I don't think I would. I had a look at reviews projections, and they're pretty close on that. So I don't know. What would you say is likelier? Morris to score 2 goals or Haaland to score 2 goals?
Yeah. Obviously Haaland. Yeah,
Haaland. So
yeah,
for me, Haaland.
Wolves have shipped 12 goals in the first 6 games as well. Yeah, I fancy City to do very well as always this weekend as well. Yeah, that's There we can get enticed by the double game week always. You know, if Morris blanks, you've always got the hope he can get something then in the next fixture. But I think it's sensible captain and Haaland, and then maybe next week then obviously as we were saying with City up against Arsenal, you can kind of veer away from the perma captain Haaland.
Yeah, I don't think it's the week to go against
no,
Haaland, but there are going to be lots of weeks ahead.
It'd be fair enough this week if Haaland had Arsenal this week. That's when you could have took a punt on. But it's just a fixture with that Wolves. I think Haaland, it's going to be a few for him. If you had João Pedro, Oscar, what would you do with him? Someone's asking, does he think he'll start? And if yes, he'll play him ahead of Saka.
It's really hard to say who starts, but I would, if I had a free transfer, I would just make the switch to Morris.
I'm just going to check quickly that Brighton,
especially if you've got your wildcard still, because you can go João Pedro to Morris and then wildcard Morris back out. Yeah, it's guesswork if he starts. You'll have to look at predicted lineups.
He played 90 minutes there Wednesday against Chelsea, so that would suggest maybe not. I wouldn't depend on it. Ferguson is back. Danny Welbeck is back in the team as well. If I had João Pedro, I wouldn't be too confident. 90 minutes in the cup. There's a lot of players in that Brighton front line that are pushing for a spot, and De Zerbi loves rotation, as we saw last week. Nine changes to the Brighton team last week.
Was it?
Yeah. So I wouldn't be confident of that. It's mad how the bandwagons are finally starting to drift off now. Obviously Pedro to start the season, and Mbeumo has been poor, 2 blanks in his last 2 games as well. But yeah, if I had Pedro, I probably would leave him off. Should I start Bayer? Yeah, I do. He's got his double. Who's the first game against?
Yeah, if I had a Burnley
Newcastle
defender or a Luton defender, I'd definitely start them this week. Realistically, I would say Luton and Burnley probably both concede in their first game, and you probably count on the second game for a clean sheet. But yeah, I'd start Bayer, definitely.
Gordner. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about. You're not tempted by Ward-Prowse on Wildcard. Instead of, I know you were kind of focused on Bowen. Was Ward-Prowse on a return, or he's only 1 blank? It could be all season so far.
Yeah.
Have you even considered him, or you're just
I think it'd be Bowen if I was going to get a West Ham mid. I know he's doing well, but like I said, Bowen's top among all mids for non-penalty XG.
Okay.
So yeah, I still haven't ruled out getting Bowen. It's it's just those last 2 spots to decide on.
Only 2 blanks as well.
Bowen and Watkins, or Alvarez and Diaby.
West Ham are kind of going under the radar. So two blanks for Bowen all season in the first 6, and only one blank for Ward-Prowse. So
yeah,
they're taking
points.
along. Yeah, taking along very nicely. And as you said, they do have a decent run coming up too. What else have we? How much money do I have in the bank? At the moment, 1.6. Oscar has 1.4. on that wildcard. So he's a bit of money to play around with, as he was saying, Maddison to Saka after the City game, or potentially another week after that. So he's planning ahead at least.
That's the problem. If I go Watkins and Bowen over Diaby and Alvarez, I've got 0 in the bank. So I'm just not sure how I would free up money to go Maddison to Saka once the fixtures turn. So I think it makes more sense to go that way round. But I do really want Watkins, so yeah, I'm a bit gutted not to have him.
Yeah. There was talk about your man John Duran possibly taking a spot, but it's Ollie Watkins' spot to lose. He won't be rotated unless he gets injured.
Yeah.
Would you take a -4 for Pedro to Morris? To be honest, I would. Joe Pedro, if you have to play a 2, I'm not confident of a. Maybe he could easily start, but I'm not confident of a Pedro start after seeing he played 90 midweek. And at least then, if he comes on for a 1-pointer, all Morris has to do is play over 60 minutes in the 2 games. That's your 0.4 hit back, and then if he gets a return, you're going over the break even. Would you take a hit?
I don't know if I would for that.
Okay.
I just feel like what's Morris's ceiling?
Yeah.
His floor is probably 4 points.
Yeah.
Like his ceiling could be like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do that. It depends who you've got on your bench as well. If you can start someone over João Pedro, I don't think I would do that for a -4.
We know City or Spurs at the 5:30. There's talk of, I was looking last night, talk of Alvarez possibly being benched, but I think that's only rumours because he played a lot of minutes. Well, no, he came off around the 70th minute midweek, so I think he should be okay.
Yeah, he was having a quiet game, but he did come off early, so maybe that's Pep planning to start him again this week and managing his minutes.
Would you captain Bowen? Someone's asking, is it worth the punt? Sheffield United, fair enough, but as we keep going back to Haaland, you don't want to be like that drunk lad we met last night who thought he was a tactical genius going against Haaland, and then Haaland got 40 points that week against Fulham. So no, I wouldn't veer away from Haaland personally. Yeah. Would you take the punt?
No, I wouldn't either. I think just owning him's enough. I think you need to captain him.
Would you take a minus? Have you taken a hit this season yet?
No, this week I had, if I hadn't wildcarded. I brought in Trippier and Botman for -4, but I've wildcarded, so technically no hits this season.
We're going to end this poll, so it's pretty tight. 513 votes now on Saka start, and it's very, very close.
Should we do a wildcard poll?
Yeah.
So the options are, so it'd be when he wildcarded.
Yeah.
It could be used already, active now, or using it in the next few weeks.
Cool.
Or using it later.
Just when I'm typing in this, everyone is watching, please do give the stream a like. We're on 77 likes, and there's a load of people in the chat at the moment, so give the stream a like, and if you aren't subbed, please do hit that subscribe button. We're on the way to 5k subs, and if you can help me get there, obviously. Myself and Oscar were having a chat last night about the content creation hours going into each video every week. You don't actually realise what goes on behind the scenes. So yeah, I would really appreciate if you could hit that sub button below. When are we wildcarding? So used already.
Just to clarify on that question in the chat, I'm not wildcarding for just those 4 transfers. I've already made several transfers. It's just those last 4 spots I hadn't moved early on because of price changes. So I haven't wildcarded just for the 4 transfers.
What was it? GAMEWEEK 8, GAMEWEEK 9, and was it GAMEWEEK 19 or just before? So
used already, active this week, or using later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Active now. Right. See that. Yeah. Right. So Oscar's going to vote active now anyway, so if you are using it this week, let us know. It'd be interesting to see. I'm looking at a potential GAMEWEEK 9 wildcard right after the international break. That news as well about City, is it GAMEWEEK 20, that potential double game week against Sheffield and Brentford it could be, or something, and then so a Haaland I think it's 2 home fixtures as well for City. Not sure on the second fixture. I think I saw Sheffield at home anyway.
It'd be Sheffield United home, Brentford home.
Yeah.
If it falls into Game Week 20. Yeah, it's a while away. It's going to be difficult. But if you could save your wildcard until Game Week 19, that's the second last week you can wildcard. So you could wildcard Game Week 19, triple captain Game Week 20, and obviously sell your Brentford and Man City players when they blank in 18. But yeah, it's a long way away.
Yeah.
It's difficult to plan for. You don't know what's going to happen. You might miss opportunities before then. But yeah, that is one potential way to do it.
Using later is winning at the moment. Shout out to Man Prid who subscribed and liked. I appreciate that, man. Kabore or Botman in for Chilwell. Trippier already. Short term, obviously Kabore, but I think Botman is a shout. Would you agree on that?
Yeah,
you're booking in a transfer if you
exactly.
don't.
Again, if you plan to wildcard in the next few weeks, then Kabore, Botman's the better long term pick.
You've Matty Cash, yeah. Do you think you'll play right wing with Bailey out now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think is Bailey out?
Yeah, he did his hamstring, I think, midweek.
Right.
Sure.
I did see a predicted lineup that had him in, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. No Bailey, because Diego Carlos presumably comes into centre back, so Consa plays right back. So then it could mean we've got Cash out of position in right wing.
Yeah, he went off after half an hour Bailey on Wednesday.
Oh,
is he
now you got me wondering if I should start Cash because I've got.
Oh yeah, in the early yeah.
What do you think? So I've got Botman, Burn, Kabore, and Cash. So I have to pick 3 to start.
Yeah, I think you have to. Well, you don't have to, but the double game week would entice you to start Kabore anyway.
Yeah, it's just between Burn and Cash basically.
Yeah. Just double check. Is he out for a while, Bailey? But I was nearly sure I saw a report that he's out for the next while.
I mean that's massive. For Cash, muscle injury.
Yeah, hamstring.
Yeah, because he was playing out of position right wing earlier in the season, so presumably that happens again. So we've got out of position Cash. I didn't even know that, to be honest.
There you go. Yeah, another dilemma for you for the next 40 minutes or so. I think I would leave the Newcastle lads in there. Brighton, I think will get one. I could see that game being 1-1 or 2-1 for either side.
Yeah.
Looking ahead though, next couple of weeks you're in a good situation there for Villa if Cash is playing in that more advanced role. He got 2 goals at the start of the season, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a good long term hold.
-1, 2 -1s in already for Cash, but he did get that 17 pointer, and he's got 2 6s there as well. So yeah, but Villa had a tough start of the season. They've a nice run of fixtures, so I think you're all good on that. Right, what else is the chat saying?
Manprit is subscribed and liked.
Yeah, I said that. Good man, Manprit. Fair play to you. If you're in goal in Manprit, a point coming your way. Right, Pau Torres back or start for this game week? I don't think I'd start Pau Torres. His ceiling is either 2 or 6 or maybe even 1 if Brighton get 2. Just would you cap, or if you were considering starting Cash there, it's more for his attacking threat, not the clean sheet potential this
exactly,
week.
Yeah, especially if he's going to be playing out of position again, like he was earlier in the season. Great pick for 4.8 mil.
Yeah, he's nice.
Even if he was playing right back, like he's still got that threat.
Someone was asking there. Yeah, no West opinion on Wildcard. What are you thinking on that?
Yeah, I mean I looked at it and I wasn't going to play him in any of the next 3 or 4 game weeks. Next 3 game weeks. I mean he could come back in game week 10 when the fixtures turn, but it feels like I can swerve him for now. His price might even go back down, in the next couple of weeks, because you're not going to start him against Liverpool or City.
No.
Maybe Liverpool, but ideally you don't want to. I would back Liverpool to score there, and certainly City. So no Estepinian on the wild card.
I had like a mini eureka moment for 0.1 of a second there when I thought, maybe I can do Estepinian to Trippier, but obviously Chilwell is more expensive than Estepinian, so no.
Yeah, I did think that.
The hope went there. What else have we? Start Saka or Diaby? Hope we'll stop talking about the Saka news until we actually get something, if we do, which isn't guaranteed. But if Saka, if there's still question marks around Saka before the deadline, would you start him or would you just play Diaby?
If there's no news
if we get no news, yeah.
Ooh. I think I'll start Diaby.
Yeah. You're guaranteed the start. Obviously everyone is saying on Twitter, Saka, if he's in the squad he's gonna start. He never doesn't start if he's involved. But I think last year, I just remember vividly the Bournemouth game, was it away from home or something, and Saka didn't start. He had like a niggle or something during the week, and he didn't start. So this, and it's Bournemouth as well, so it's kind of history repeating itself if it happens again.
And he's far better at home than away.
Yeah,
Obviously, there's every chance that he gets something if he starts. But Diaby's at home. I think I'd just about give that to Diaby.
Yeah, I was looking there.
Yeah, hopefully we get something before the deadline. I'm checking my phone throughout just in case there's like any leaks. Hopefully we know whether Saka starts or not.
Yeah. Hopefully we're rewarded after keeping the transfers this late and losing those.
Hopefully.
Those valuable point ones
as Cameron says, we know he's travelled. He has travelled. It's just whether he starts or not.
There's still a few asking about the Focals team there beside me. No changes as of yet. You're still alright on that.
Yeah.
I'll leave that up on screen. So yeah.
I might go bowl the kettle, do another tea, and think about Watkins and Bowen. As I said, the problem is that leaves no money in the bank.
Yeah.
Alvarez and Diaby leaves 1.4 mil, which is way more, and that leaves me open to Maddison to Saka.
Yeah.
As I said, when Brighton's fixtures turn in a few weeks, it leaves me open to going like Burn to Estupiñán, something like that. So yeah, that's my wildcard at the moment, chat. That's where I'm at the moment. It's just those last two spots basically that I'm weighing up. But I think it's probably going to be as it is on screen.
Yeah, I think you look good there with the money in the bank as well. And then you can go Maddison to Saka then. Do you want me to run down and boil the kettle or?
No, it's right, I'll do it. Yeah. Stick around, chat. I'll be back in a minute. I need another tea. I'm still waking up.
Just downstairs throwing the kettle, and then the cupboard beside the door. There's tea bags in there, and then there's milk in the fridge.
See you in a sec.
Right, Oscar's going down making tea, and he's gonna think about those dilemmas on his wildcard team. Right, what else have we? Anyone in the chat about for the Irish meetup, do let us know as well. We've got about 40-45 coming in, and then there'll be more then throughout the day. So a nice crowd for the day of it. And we were lucky enough with the fixtures, and shout out to on Pucon as well, for letting us hold the event there. Right, a few more questions. So focal themes there on screen beside me. Sell Chilwell for cash or share. I already have Botman. As myself and Oscar were saying there, Cash, if he's playing up on the right wing, he's a nice pick over the next few. Me potentially, I'd prefer to have the double Newcastle defence, but by the way things are looking, one Newcastle defender won't be enough. So I think you need to double up on Newcastle there. Should I go for Watkins, Ward-Prowse, Burn, or Alvarez, Bowen, Burn, or Alvarez, Gordon, Trippier? I think Alvarez, Gordon, Trippier. If you're on wildcard, yeah. Who to start? Saliba or Maddison? Definitely start Maddison. I'm looking at bringing in Son as well, so I'll be double up on Spurs. I think that this evening in that Liverpool game there will be goals. Thoughts on Robertson? He's cheap enough for a Liverpool defender. Maybe on wildcard, not at the moment. It's kind of game week 8, game week 9. If you are wildcarding that after the Brighton game, if you're looking at a Liverpool defender, he's not bad around that timing. Or that time period. 4 transfers on a wildcard. No, Oscar, he's making a few more. I'm nearly sure he took a hit, and then he did a few more as well. Any news on Saka, Luca? Not at the moment. But hopefully we do get something. I've the alarm set for 10 to 11, so hopefully I can make my transfer before that. Start Bayer, I think so. Yeah. He's got his double. Why no Trippier in the wildcard for Oscar? He was just saying, for keeping money in the bank, and that allows him to go to Saka after that. It might be an Ireland FPL Meerkat where it's on in Galway, in on Pucon in Galway. So if you're about, do let us know and call in. It's going to be a great day of football, and FPL chat with other FPL managers. I've Bruno to Salah after the deadline. I've exactly enough. I don't know if I get rid of Bruno. Fair enough, Salah. If you're not on wildcard, yeah, if you're exactly enough, do wait until after the 5:30 game tonight. Though, obviously, any chance there could be injuries there in that game. Why no Alvarez plus Bowen? I think the cash. He was saying just saving the money for potential transfers down the line, getting Saka back in. So 23% of the votes have used their wildcard already. 26% are active now, and 51% are planning on using it later. I'm going to assume the majority is going to be game week 8 and game week 9. and then maybe not the game week 19 we're saying. When is international break? The game in Casper right after game week 8, so just after game week 8 and then before game week 9. Will João Pedro start? Not confident of it. Every chance he can always start, but 90 minutes midweek, Danny Welbeck's back, Ferguson is sniffing around as well, so just there's too many options in that Brighton attacking front line. So seeing as João Pedro played 90, I wouldn't be confident of him starting. Bowen for Saka and Caldwell for Trippier -4 already have Botman. If you don't have Son, Adam, I'd nearly go Saka for Son, or Son for Saka, and then Caldwell for Burn, or even share if you can afford. What do you think of Calvert-Lewin? 2 great fixtures for him to redeem himself. Scored against Brentford last game week. He did. Fair enough. He could get short term, maybe not definitely not long term. The game week 9 they've Liverpool, as you can see there. Yeah, so if you can afford the punt, yeah, but I wouldn't want an Everton attacker. I don't want to be relying on an Everton attacker. That's why I wouldn't go near. Right, how are we looking here? 350 people watching. Really appreciate that, lads. If you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button below. On the road to 5k, I keep saying that, but your support is greatly appreciated. If you aren't subbed, I know a lot of people are here because of Oscar, so I really appreciate Oscar tuning in or coming in beside me to join me ahead of today's deadline. So if you're a fan of Oscar, that's fair enough. You don't need to subscribe, but if you're liking what you see, please do hit that subscribe button, and yeah, you can help me on my way to 5k subs. -4 for Saka to Son, Kelvin. If we do get concrete news, I think I'll be doing that. So my team here: Saka out, and then Chilwell out, and then I can get Son and Share in. Potentially could go either Burn if I wanted it to, but I'm looking at a potential wildcard game week 8, game week 9, so I can afford to go for Share anyway. I don't need to worry about funds if I have them available. So yeah, that's what I'll be saying. Do you think Szoboszlai? I definitely made a Hames of saying that is under the radar at the moment. He got a great goal midweek. If it was a Liverpool attacker, it would have to be Salah for me, definitely. I wouldn't. What is he? 6'7", maybe 7.5. 7. Yeah, no, I'd take out the extra for Salah on penalties. Great run of fixtures for Liverpool. He loves a long range goal though. To be fair to him, he took a great one midweek. But if it was a Liverpool player, I'd be going definitely Salah. Andreas, 5 injuries. Does it make sense to dead end into double game week? Come on, Oscar.
There's only one tea bag, so we've got half a tea each.
Oh yeah, there was a full box in the thing. It doesn't matter.
Oh, was that yours?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if it was yours.
Yeah, all good. Grand. So 5 injuries. Does it make sense to dead end into double game week players and wildcarding next week instead of wildcarding this week? That's a tough one for you coming straight back in there, Oscar. So 5 injuries. Don't know how you're not going to play a wildcard without taking a massive hit. So if you've got 5 potential injuries,
yeah, if you've got 5 injuries,
yeah,
like actual injuries, like I don't think you count Botman, Maddison as injuries. Like we know Saka's travelled, they're not necessarily injuries. They're flagged on FPL, but
yeah.
Shall I repeat the Newcastle lineup that I was
go for it, yeah.
If anyone's interested in the Newcastle lineup, it's pretty much as expected. But Pope, Trippier, Share, Botman, Burn. So yeah, like all the players that everyone owns starts. Longstaff, Bruno G, Anderson, Almiron, Wilson, and Gordon.
So the main FPL lads are starting anyway.
Yeah,
that pretty predictable lineup, but at least we know now anyway. So if you are thinking about bringing in a Newcastle defender, as Oscar has done, he's bringing in Burn. He was saying he wants to save that money. I'm looking at shares, I said as well, but at least the two of us know the two of them are starting. So
exactly,
yeah. Right, Bruno Fernandes to Ward-Prowse, definitely not this week anyway. Fair enough, Ward-Prowse does have Sheffield, but I think that Palace fixture for United today, a rest for Rashford and Bruno midweek, so they'll be coming in all guns blazing, and hopefully I'll be happy if you had 2 United attackers like I do, Oscar. What would you be happy with today? A return each, or would you be expecting more than that?
Yeah, I'd say a return each.
Yeah,
you'd take that, wouldn't you? I mean, I don't have any Man United players, so
yeah,
I'm hoping nothing there. But yeah, return each.
Ryan asking about Oscar's team there. I'm going to leave that on screen. So So if anyone's on Wildcard and needs a bit of inspiration on how Oscar is looking, selling Jackson, you've got great patience there. Watkins or Alvarez. Obviously Watkins does have the nice run.
Ooh,
You've got Alvarez in your team as well.
They're really close, I think. Really close over the next 5 or so game weeks. Like Watkins has got the better fixtures. Alvarez is 1 mil cheaper, so that's a factor as well.
Yeah.
Obviously playing in a better attack. Well, that's close. I really like Watkins as a hedge against Alvarez, I'll be honest. And I really want Watkins on the wildcard, but yeah, it's an extra mil, and that's the problem.
Good man, Brian. Hi, Oscar and Era. Have a great weekend in Ireland.
Thanks, Brian.
How are you finding Ireland? We rushed over the intro with the kind of blip when we started. How are you finding Galway since?
It's class here. Yeah, I was saying last night to Noel. I went to Dublin once before, and Galway's way better in my opinion. Better bars, better nightlife. Yeah, it's like less touristy, so it's great here.
And you've only seen half of what Galway has to offer because only brought you to the different pubs we weren't going to be in tonight.
Yeah, did a bit of a pub crawl last night.
Yeah.
They want me to say my catchphrase.
Oh yeah, go on. We should have done that at the start.
Damn it.
Yeah. Right, go for it.
Welcome back for another video.
Love that. When I met Oscar for the first time, I remember we were getting an Uber with the 2 graduate lads. Shout out Ben and Josh, the FPL graduates. And I think you said it in the Uber as well. And I was like, oh, just the dopamine release when Oscar said that.
I can't change my intro now. I can't change it.
No.
I'm stuck with it forever. Maybe on April Fools I'll say something else like, good to see you all. Well, thanks for tuning back for another video.
Yeah.
Throw everyone off. No, I've got to stick with that.
Trippier for Saliba. Saliba didn't train, but he is with the squad. I think long term it's a better shout going for Trippier now. If it's free, definitely. Well, maybe not definitely with the Bournemouth game this week, but it's a good transfer looking ahead, especially with Saliba having. If you have to play Saliba next week against City, I probably would just go for Trippier this week. Would you do that move, Saliba out, or?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, Saliba for Trippier, that makes perfect sense to me. Yeah,
just
massive upgrade.
Looking at you there as well, I forgot to look at your t-shirt. Sorry, the focal t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I've got the focal jumper on.
I don't know if you can see that. Well, I was laughing because there's a brand called Farah, and I thought that was what Oscar was wearing. It literally has the same kind of F he has on his own logo, but nice t-shirt though. No, repping the brand anyway.
Repping the brand. Yeah. It's not even for sale anywhere. I bought like samples years ago, and I'm just still in 2 minds about selling it. Feels like a bit of a sellout thing to do, like selling FPL merch. Yeah. But like, cause my logo is simple, it just looks like something you'd wear anyway. You don't look. It's not like I'm wearing a shirt that's like it says like FPL Focal or like team selection or something. It just looks like a jumper. I
was meant to show you that as well. That's my own thing that I wear in the captaincy videos.
Oh yeah, nice. It's got the logo on as well.
Yeah, so shout out to we've got our own. We're not selling these, don't worry. They're only for ourselves. But we're. They're just the t-shirts or the jerseys I wear in the captaincy reels. Watkins or Nunez, I think you have to go with Watkins there. Have you even considered Nunez with their fixtures?
I haven't actually. I do think he's a good pick. It looks like his first choice. Like he's just a chaotic pick, and last season he burnt me. I had him for spells last season, and he was really frustrating to own. I imagine he's going to have a better season this time round. Now he's settled in. Yeah, I think he's fine, Darwin. But I'd say Alvarez and Watkins, in my opinion, I'd put ahead of him.
Should I bring in Cher for Gusto, Michael, but then I have a bench and headache? Possible benchings are Gabriel, Cabora, Alvarez. Definitely don't bench Alvarez anyway. I try to start Cabora as well. If you had Gabriel, would you start him? I think he's fine for this week anyway.
Definitely starts. Yeah. I think it's fine to start him.
DJ Myron, should I take a -8 for Trippier and SAKA, the cheaper Newcastle defender? No, don't take a -8 to get rid of Trippier.
To get rid of Trippier?
Yeah, -8 to get rid of Trippier. Definitely don't do that, man. No, don't do that. I wouldn't worry about wrecking your team to get Son. It's more the fact that thinking ahead for next week, it's a nice captaincy pick over Haaland. But don't take a -8 to get.
Not sure how reputable he is, but FPL Tony TONI says Alvarez, Foden, Haaland, Diaz start, Vardy doesn't.
Okay.
FYI. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how reliable he is,
Yeah.
but he's tweeted it, and it seems to be picking up some steam. I don't know
Nice.
if he's leaked before, but yeah, he says basically Vardy doesn't start, Alvarez, Foden, Haaland, Diaz do.
Nice.
Could be guessing.
They're the main. A few people might have Verdi because he was had a decent start to the season, but
Yeah.
they're the main lads starting, so
Yeah, exactly.
all chill there. No Saka news yet, Oscar. No.
No Saka news.
No.
Yeah, I did ask one person who gets it, but they've not heard back from who they ask.
Okay.
So I'm asking someone who asked someone else, but
Yeah.
they've not heard back.
Estepinian or Anderson starting. I think you start Estepinian. Anderson is up against. Is it the Crystal Palace Anderson or the Newcastle? I'm going to assume it's the Crystal Palace Anderson. I wouldn't start him against.
Or is it the Luton Anderson?
Who's another defender? Is it or who's
Yeah,
the
I think it's spelled differently, so it's
Okay.
probably not him.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wouldn't start him against United.
Yeah,
player.
start sleeping him.
Yeah. Is Madison safe? He's not 100% safe, but I think he's fine to start today. He trained well, and I don't think they're going to rest their best players in Son and Madison against Liverpool. Right, 20 minutes to go to the deadline.
509 viewers, man. That's crazy.
Nice, yeah.
What a turnout.
Big shout out to this man beside me, Oscar, for hopping on. We're normally around 80 to 100 viewers, so that's a crazy. Looking at this, then this is the first time I have this properly set up with Oscar, so it's mad to see everything. And that's one good tip. I was asking you for tips on OBS. That's one good tip I've learned this week is setting it up here, and you can actually
schedule
see the chat.
it. Yeah, it's good to schedule it because then people can join in advance. Wait in the lobby or whatever.
Anyone who watches my streams, you'll know. Sorry, Oscar, I cut in there, but anyone who watches my streams, you'll know I kind of look like this. I have my head to the side of the screen mostly because I'm looking at an extra laptop to look at the chat. But
yeah,
Oscar.
Oh, there's your reminder.
There's your reminder for.
Was that to make your transfers?
Yeah, I think I'll give it another few minutes.
How long have we got till deadline?
19 minutes. So
19 minutes.
Yeah.
The stream's flown
by.
by.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. It's nice to do something a bit different as well.
It's refreshing. Even having someone beside you chatting away.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's very nice. Yeah, right. There's another alarm set for 10 to. At the moment, I'm tempted to take Saka out for Son. At the moment, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that worth a poll for chat? Like
yeah.
Saka to Son or Chilwell to Share, right?
Yeah. Let me see what.
Or is it Chilwell to Trippier?
No, I don't. Are you trying to dig at me again for the point one last night? I can't afford Trippier, but no, I'm only messing. No, so yeah,
You can't do it on his own.
No. Oh no, sorry, I can. You're right.
Yeah, you can.
I'd just be. I don't know. I'm just, if 2 o'clock comes, I'd be more annoyed if Saka is on the bench and I didn't get rid of it. Obviously, 19 minutes to the side there. Yeah, right. I'll start a poll. So
we love a poll.
Yeah. Thoughts. What would you recommend? Whose would you make? Here. So first one is Chilwell. The only thing about Chilwell to Trippier then is I can't afford Son then next week for the Luton game.
Yeah, okay.
Trippier.
Yeah, okay, I got you now.
Saka.
Yeah, you're booking in a -4 for Son.
Yeah. Right, Chilwell to Trippier, Saka plus Chilwell.
There's a tweet from Odds on FPL. He said it's not his info, but he's suggesting that Saliba and Saka start.
Oh Jesus.
He's saying Botman, Trippier, Share, Gordon, Wilson start. I think that's right, and Son and Madison start. But yeah, I don't know where he's got the Saka news from. That's the thing.
I'm gonna DM because I know Paddy. I'll see. Is it? He said it's not. He's not 100%, is he?
He said before the deadline, it looks like. Then he says not my info. So I don't. Yeah, he hasn't said where the info's from.
I'll just.
This is the problem, innit? With the leaks, he's like, how reliable is it? Who's it coming from?
Shout out to Paddy anyway. Odds on FPL. I'll just give him a quick DM. I'll see what if he genuinely believes it. Right. So with that news then, yeah, that means I have to. We'll get Oscar's team up anyway.
Yeah, they're asking to see my team.
That's
I think that'll be the final team. What you've got on screen there. It's probably it might come back to bite me. I did look at going Watkins and Bowen instead of Alvarez and Diaby, which I think is more explosive. But that leaves me with nothing in the bank. Whereas this combination leaves me at 1.4 mil, and I'm looking at, I want to get Saka or Rashford back in a few weeks. So if I go for the other option, the problem is, where would I downgrade to free up money to go Maddison to Saka? There's no one really, because who will I go Bowen down to?
Yeah.
I'll have to sell Watkins anyway. So I think this way around makes more sense. It lets me go Maddison to Saka in a few weeks. It lets me go Burn to Estupinan, a few moves like that, which makes more sense. So that's the wild card.
Right, I'm just going to throw up this poll and see if it. So BC is Ben Chilwell. I can't fit everything in, and then.
There we go. Foden and Alvarez start
Nice.
from Lazy FPL. So there's some early news. Foden and Alvarez start.
Nice one.
Do you say Alvarez or Alvarez?
Alvarez. Yeah. What do you say?
Foden and Alvarez start.
Yeah. Right. Is that Oscar's final 11? He's pretty happy on that.
Yeah, well, now that there's that news as well. People were speculating that maybe he misses out Alvarez, but we know he starts now, so Foden and Alvarez starts. There's one leak for you guys.
Nice.
So, yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to lock in the team that they can see on screen. That's the wild card. So, I think the final decision is starting Burn or Cash.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like Cash is going to play out of position right wing, because, as you said, Bailey's injured.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware of that till you said.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw earlier in the season Cash playing out of position. So that's massive. Like, if Bailey's injured for a while, it's probably going to be Digne, Powell, Diego Carlos, Konsa back four. So then Cash plays right wing.
Chatter saying Chilwell to Trippier on its own. I should have explained that I can't get Son in then for Saka next week. Maddison for Saka.
That's the thing though, you're going to really want Son next week.
Yeah.
So.
I wanted to just bite the bullet, but then Saka's so high owned as well.
But can't you just do one, like you do share this week? Son
Yeah,
next?
true. Yeah, maybe I do.
Unless we get a leak in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have share in the team so for Chilwell, because I'm just gonna make that move now, Oscar. To be honest.
Foden, Alvarez, Ruben Diaz, and Haaland all start for Man City.
Nice.
There's another one for chat.
Yeah, so Foden, Alvarez, Haaland, and Diaz, as Oscar said there. So few people might have triple City in Foden, Alvarez, and Haaland. They're all starting anyhow. Right, I'm gonna bring in share so for now and just make this move. So that's me one free transfer on screen there for the chat. Chilwell to share. I can't go Trippier just because I want to have enough money for Son next week. Yeah, that's why I'm going share. Could go Burn either, but as Oscar said earlier, if I'm wildcard in game week 8, game week 9, it doesn't matter what money I have.
Yeah.
So I can play around with that. Right, Chilwell out, share in. I'm going to confirm this now, and then I'm going to sub in share for Estepinian and move Estepinian.
Who's your vice captain?
It's on Saka. I'm going to change it to. I might change it to Bruno or Rashford there. Doesn't really matter. Haaland, as we said, Haaland is starting. I'll give it to Bruno.
I'll DM you my final wildcard then.
Nice. But we're messing around with the teams, lads and ladies. If you are watching the stream and you haven't liked it, please do throw it a like. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do give it a hit that subscribe button below. Last time I'm going to say it, anyhow, maybe the second last time, but on the road to 5.
We can say it one or two more times.
I don't want to bore everyone, but we've a long day ahead. Myself and Oscar. Once the deadline is over, I've my labels to do. I remember them. I brought them into the car, so do my labels and raffle tickets. Then is the next thing, and then we'll get a bite to eat then, and we'll be there hopefully by just after 12 o'clock, ready for the kickoff at 12:30. Right, that's how I'm looking at the moment. Sharing for Chilwell, so double Newcastle defence, and yeah, Saka's in there for now. If you were in my position, Oscar, would you keep Saka in there?
I think I would now.
Yeah,
I mean,
just on that.
I don't have anything reliable about him starting. Like, odds on FPL says that Saka starts, but not his info. So yeah, he's generally pretty reliable, but we don't know where that's come from.
Right,
but I'd leave him. Yeah.
This is Oscar's final team, so if if anyone's looking. So yeah, nice. 4 flags, but no, it's not.
Are they flagged on the website? Because I don't remember seeing all those flags.
Yeah.
On the app, I've got 4 flags.
Botman, Burn. Yeah, second. Or no, who have you there? You've Madison and Son.
Maybe they are. 4 flags on a wildcard. Oh dear.
You're fine.
Based on that Newcastle league that I'll send, like Botman and Burn start, Share Trippier start, so they're basically not flags. Madison and Son trained, so I think that's fine as well. So I better tweet that. Game week 7.
So what did Paddy say? He that the Saka starts, but
he said Saka and Saliba start, not his information, basically.
There's my alarm. So
your final reminder to sort your captaincy out, your transfers, benching the right order.
Yeah, we've 10 minutes. I think I'm gonna have to set another one for 5 to, and then decide on Saka. For now, I think I need to keep him save the hit, just because he's so, as we were saying, he's so high owned as well, and it doesn't make logical sense getting rid of Saka if he's so-called about to start and bringing in Son against Liverpool. I have Madison for cover. It was more the fact if we weren't sure, but that news we still aren't sure, but that news is kind of leaning towards like he might potentially start. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with that. Just if we do get anything,
I'll keep an eye just in case there's anything else.
Right, what else have we in the chat then? So, why are your chips unavailable? Or is that Oscar? It's because he's on Wildcard. That's why they're unavailable, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't used my bench boost free hit.
Right, play Botman, Diaz or Saka. I'll try and play all 3 there, Joanna, if you can. Botman, Diaz is starting against Wolves, and I won't say Saka is definitely starting, but from the information so far off Twitter, it sounds like he's going to start. So try and start the 3, Joanna. I know you're saying out of who to start, but you must have a very strong team if you're not starting all those 3. Sell Chilwell and buy Share, or selling Pedro to get Morris. I think you go Chilwell to Share, and then you keep saying that now. By the way things are going, 1 Newcastle defender, it won't be enough. If they do get a clean sheet, you'll probably be losing rank. Why did I go Share over Burn, Thomas? No major reason. I know Burn is obviously 0.6 cheaper. I just don't know what brought me towards Share. I just like he's on some set pieces. Share. I know Burn got his goal last week. It's nothing majorly bringing me to Share, to be honest. I know he's a bit dear, but if I'm using my wildcard in GameWeek 8 or GameWeek 9, money doesn't matter. And then I can move a few things around. Doku or Gordon? We haven't got information on Doku anyway, but Gordon obviously, as Oscar was saying, he's in his team. I'll get Oscar's one up there. But Harvey Barnes is out for the foreseeable future. I think it's until the new year. So Gordon, I know obviously with Champions League as well, but Gordon should be pretty much safe to start. Then obviously Isak can play on the wing as well, but I think it's Gordon's main spot to lose, and Isak and Wilson are rotating in the centre. Good man, Steve, FPL Fairy, he's in the chat.
If anyone missed it, Foden, Alvarez, Ruben Diaz and Haaland all start for Man City.
Yeah.
That's all we've got as far as leaks. Nothing on Arsenal.
No, nothing major on Arsenal. Wilson, Alvarez or Morris just for this week, lads. Who would you go with? 1 week punt. Oh, that's a tough one. For a 1 week Oscar, Wilson, Alvarez or Morris. I'd have a go with Wilson, to be honest. Burnley at home on penalties. Alvarez obviously has the set pieces, but he's not on penalties. For 1 week punt, who would you go to those?
What was that, sorry?
Wilson, Alvarez or Morris. So Wilson has Burnley at home. Alvarez obviously has Wolves away. We know Wilson is starting, as Oscar said earlier.
1 week punt, I suppose Morris, if you wildcard straight after.
Yeah, for the double.
But they're all good, yeah, that's difficult. Like Wilson, I believe, starts, and yeah, he's got a nice fixture as well. I'm still thinking about Burn or Cash though, who to start. What do you think?
I think the double Newcastle, to be honest. Yeah,
double Newcastle.
I can see Brighton getting one.
Should we do a poll?
Yeah, last
minute poll.
Okay.
Who to start, Burn or Cash? Because at the back of my head, we might see Cash out of position right wing. Oh,
Who to start? Burn, Cash. Right. Help out Oscar there, chat if you can. I'm gonna say Burn just because Newcastle are very solid. So it's 50-50 at the moment. Burn is leading, but we'll give that a few minutes and then we can go back to that. Gusto to Kabore and play over Estepinian for free. I nearly would, you know. Or would you just start Estepinian instead of getting in Kabore?
Yeah, just start Estepinian.
Yeah, save the transfer. If you're wildcarding, maybe take the punt. But
yeah, again, it depends if you're going to wildcard in the next couple of weeks. You could go Kabore and then wildcard and back out.
Start Cash or Estepinian and start Flecken or Areola. Probably would start Areola at home to Sheffield. Flecken has Forest away. Am I right? So Forest could easily. That's my last alarm. So we 5 minutes for now. Saka's going to stay on my team, but yeah. Flecken is away to Forest. Forest are pretty decent at home, to be fair. And Brentford have been poor defensively over the last week or so. So Areola and then Cash or Estepinian is a tough one. That's probably
70% say Burn. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm overthinking it then. I just thought, if he's playing right wing, he's got massive upside. But I suppose Brighton probably scored, don't they?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, I think you're just relying on an attacking return from Cash, because I think Brighton do get one. It's in Brighton as well. Am I right in saying? No, it's in Villa, so it's at Villa. Yeah, I think you still just do play Burn there. Yeah. What else have we? Captain Salah or Son? He doesn't have Haaland. Ooh.
I would say Salah.
Yeah.
Close though.
Why don't you have Haaland? Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Reddit
no Haaland challenge.
Maybe he is, yeah. Right, 4 minutes to go. Oscar's team is still on screen anyhow. I'm just gonna move over here quickly, make sure I'm locked in everything.
Looks dodgy with 4 flags, but I think actually all those flag players start. I would guess.
Yeah.
They all start. Yeah.
Yes, opinion Udigi. Right, I'm happy enough with that. Okay, right. Who to start? Sterling or Maddison? Sterling away to Fulham, Maddison at home to Liverpool. I'd nearly say start the 2. Surely you can play the 2 every chance. Sterling, you were saying last night he could be up front for Chelsea, possibly.
Probably Sterling up top. Yeah, whether that's a good thing or not, but yeah, he'd probably be the one playing in striker. Yeah. Jackson's suspended. I don't think Bray will start in striker, so it'd probably be Sterling up top. So then I imagine Palmer starts as well.
Yeah.
And Mudryk on the other wing. Sterling through the middle.
Saliba for Trippier -4 off the information. It's not how reliable we can say it is, but Paddy Odds on FPL tweet said Saliba. He said Saliba started, didn't he? So I don't think.
Yes, I think he said. Yeah,
not
Saliba
this week.
Starts. He thought Saka starts as well, but he said it's not his info, so I can't vouch for it.
Yeah, and just on that, then I think I'm gonna have to leave Saka in on the basis of that. One of the lads just texted me he brought Son in.
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming that's for Saka. Yeah. Alright, we've 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, it looks like that's it as far as leaks. Foden, Alvarez, Ruben Diaz and Haaland start.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
You're going with Burn, so Oscar, yeah?
Going with Burn.
Yeah, nice. Sound, okay. Any last minute questions? So, Gordon or Saka? Play the 2 if you can, to be honest. Burnley at home is a nice one for Newcastle as well. And yes, surely if you're picking one, probably Saka, so with the news, but surely get Gordon in there as well if you can bench somebody else for Gordon. No news on Doku anyway. Someone was asking about Vardiol. It was only Diaz, Haaland, Alvarez and Foden was the news we got. Someone tweeted that Vardiol wasn't starting, but we don't know how reliable his information is. Ashley's asking there about Vardiol. Remember that tweet you up? You said Vardiol wasn't starting. But
it was FPL Tony. I haven't seen anything from him before, but that's what he said, that Vardiol didn't start or doesn't start.
Right, I'm just gonna.
But nothing from anyone reliable on that.
So my plan, anyway, next week. So if I'm keeping Saka, at least have enough money to go from Saka to Son for the Luton game. So that's why I didn't bring in Trippier. That's why I brought in Cher instead of Trippier. Start Cash or Matoma. I probably always lean towards starting the attacker. Oscar there. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Gabriel should be fine, as people ask about Gabriel. 1 minute to go to the deadline, everyone in the chat, so make sure you do have your team locked in. Don't be put off by all the flags if you are looking at 3 or 4, maybe even 5 potential flags in your team. I think FPL are just pretty slow this week in updating their stuff. Hot take, Dooku wasn't a bad dude. I don't know who that is. Or is that Dragon Ball Z or something? Estepinian or Pedro first sub. Probably Estepinian. We don't know about Pedro. He played 90 against Chelsea, so that's why I'd leave him off. Relatively relaxed stream, so I know you were kind of worried about your wild card.
I mean, I'm worried about the wild card.
Yeah.
Still. There is potential for my team before the wild card to do better, because I've sold some players like Rashford and Sterling who still have potential to do well. But yeah, like I said, I've been playing like too passive this season. I think everyone's planning to wildcard in a few weeks, so that's why I did it, partially to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
To try and gain some points before most people are doing the same. I know not everyone's doing it, game week 9, 10, but a lot of people are. So yeah, that's why I decided to pull the trigger. Fingers crossed, it's a good day today. Yeah,
we've the hard bit out of the way now. We can enjoy ourselves now for the day. I think that's just a deadline gone there. So, last, if anyone cares at all, that's my team locked in there. Haaland gets the captaincy, keeping Saka, and then sharing for a Trippier or for a Chilwell. Sorry, I know I said in my video during the week that I was hoping to get Trippier, but as I said earlier on in the video,
we just passed 10 million total managers.
Oh yeah, jeez, okay. I thought you were going to say 10 million viewers.
Imagine. Yeah.
Lovely stuff. Jeez, okay.
Before you all disappear, make sure you hit subscribe.
Appreciate that, man.
On the channel. Like this stream if you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's been good, man. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Nice to do something a bit different.
Last thing, if anyone's in the chat in Ireland and they're about Gola, call into us in Puka now. Me and Oscar, we're gonna go down. I'm gonna just try on a pair of cargos and then we'll be heading to town. Unfortunately, weather isn't looking great, but yeah. Apart from that, any last things, so Oscar? Before I suppose we've a bit of rushing to do, so we'll end it soon. But any?
Yeah, that's it from me. As I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for having me on the channel.
No bother.
Thanks for taking care of me, picking me up from the airport and all that.
All good.
Looking forward to today. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
Heading down to the pub straight after this, get some lunch, and watch the games.
Cool. Right. Really appreciate everyone tuning in, and once again, thanks to this man beside me, Oscar, for agreeing to come on with me. And that last hour and a half absolutely flew.
Yeah,
so,
it did.
It's crazy. That's how I'm locked in. One last final look of Oscar's team then there. Wildcard in play. He's listened to the chat. He's gone with Burn over Cash. Right, we're gonna head off. So we better get a bit of food into us before we go for the day. But thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate you tuning in for the last hour and a half or so. One final thanks to this man beside me, Oscar. I appreciate that. Right, best of luck for game week 7. If you are going Morris over Haaland captaincy, I hope it goes all right for you. Because that's some big balls to go for that. But yeah, thanks for watching. Do you have any outro you normally say, Oscar, or what do you normally say?
I normally just say focal out.
There we go. Right, era out and
yeah.
And focal out beside me, right?
Out.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
That's one thing you could do. You could add an end screen in OBS.
Oh yeah.